Welcome to Historically. In today's video, we'll be using age progression technology to explore what some of the most infamous drug dealers and mafia bosses might look like if they had survived their dangerous and tumultuous lifestyles. These individuals lived extravagant and action-packed lives, driven by their illegal trade and resulting in multiple stints in jail. Tragically, many of them have met untimely deaths, either in prison or in shootouts with the law enforcement, or the hands of the rival dealers. But what if they had lived longer? Join us as we use age progression to imagine what these famous kingpins might have looked like if they had lived to see a retirement plan. Paul Castellano was a New York City mafia boss who led the Gambino crime family from 1976 until his assassination in 1985. He was known for his expensive taste and lavish lifestyle, and was often referred to as the Teflon Don because he managed to avoid prosecution for many years. Castellano was eventually convicted of racketeering and murder in the late 1980s and was sentenced to life in prison. He was killed on the orders of his underboss John Gotti in a power struggle within the Gambino family. Amado Carrillo Fuentes was a Mexican drug lord who was the leader of the Juarez cartel, one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico. He was known for his sophisticated methods of transporting drugs, which involved using airplanes and even surgically altering the appearances of drug smugglers to avoid detection. Fuentes was also known for his lavish lifestyle and was sometimes referred to as El Señor de los Cielos, the Lord of the Skies, because of his use of airplanes to smuggle drugs. He died in 1997 while undergoing plastic surgery to change his appearance in an attempt to evade capture by the Mexican authorities. Joseph Colombo was an Italian-American mafia boss who was the head of the Colombo crime family in New York. He was one of the 5 families that controlled organized crime in the city. Colombo was known for his charitable work and his efforts to publicize the mafia's existence and activities. He was also involved in various criminal enterprises, including gambling, loan sharking, and extortion. Colombo was shot and critically wounded at a public event in 1971 and was left paralyzed for the rest of his life. He died in 1978, and his son Joseph Joey Colombo later took over the Colombo crime family. Gaetano Reina was an Italian-American mafia boss who was the founder and head of the Reina crime family in New York City. The Reina was one of the 5 families that controlled organized crime in the city. He was born in Italy and immigrated to the United States as a young man, becoming involved in organized crime and rising through the ranks to become a powerful mafia boss. Reina was known for his violent tactics and his loyalty to his family and associates, and was killed in 1930. The Reina family was eventually absorbed by the Bonanno crime family. Bugsy Siegel was an American gangster and key figure in the development of the Las Vegas Strip. Siegel was born in 1906 in Brooklyn, New York, and was raised in the Williamsburg neighborhood. He became involved in organized crime at an early age. He became top lieutenant in the notorious crime family known as the Murder Incorporated. Siegel was known for his flamboyant lifestyle and ruthless tactics. He was involved in a wide range of illegal activities including gambling, extortion, and murder. In the 1940s, Siegel moved to Las Vegas, where he used his connections in the criminal underworld to build a number of successful casinos, including the Flamingo, which became the most famous casino in the world. He was shot and killed in Beverly Hills, California in 1947 under mysterious circumstance. John Dillinger was a notorious American gangster and bank robber who operated in the Midwest during the 1930s. He gained fame for his string of daring heists and escapes, and he became one of the most wanted men in the United States. Dillinger was born in 1903 in Indianapolis, Indiana. He became involved in crime at an early age and was arrested multiple times for robbery and other offenses. After serving time in prison, Dillinger embarked on a career as a bank robber, forming a gang that targeted banks and police stations across the Midwest. He became known for his clever tactics and his ability to evade capture, and was eventually named Public Enemy Number 1 by the FBI. Dillinger was killed by the law enforcement agents in 1934 after a shootout in Chicago. Pablo Escobar was a Colombian drug lord who was one of the richest and most powerful criminals in history. He was born in 1949 in Rio Negro, Colombia, and he became involved in the drug trade in the 1970s. Escobar built a vast criminal empire that controlled much of the global cocaine market. At the height of his power, he was worth billions of dollars and was one of the wealthiest people in the world. He was known for being ruthless, violent, and not having mercy in him. His willingness to use intimidation and murder to protect his interests is what made him who he was. Despite his wealth and power, Escobar's criminal activities eventually caught up with him, and he was killed in a shootout with the Colombian police in 1933. Al Capone, the notorious American gangster and crime boss who rose to power in the 1920s. He was the leader of the Chicago Outfit, a criminal organization that controlled much of the illegal activity in Chicago, including gambling, prostitution, and the sales of illegal alcohol. Capone was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1899 and became involved in organized crime at an early age. He moved to Chicago in the early 1920s and quickly rose through the ranks of the outfit, becoming one of the most powerful and feared gangsters in the city. Capone was known for his extravagant lifestyle and his ruthless tactics. He eventually was sentenced to prison for tax evasion in 1931. He died in 1947 at the age of 48. And that's all we had for today. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know in the comments what you want to see next, and we'll do our best to reply and oblige. Have a nice one.